Alrighty guys, today is a new product day. I'm very excited for this one. Another company reached out and wanted me to check out one of their flashlights. And from the little bit of research I did, kind of looking in the slide, I wanted it mostly to be new and fresh and kind of check it out for the first time with you guys. But from what I did see, I am very excited for this one for one in particular reason that I want to verify when we open it up and check it out. But I will get into that here in a little bit. So we are going to bust into this with week number 2's knife, which is the Miguron Talism. If you've not seen that video on my knife challenge, 5 weeks, 5 knives, this has actually been a lot more difficult than I thought. Second knife is still a great knife. I mean, both of them have been solid knives, but knowing I have to carry, or I'm forcing myself to carry the same knife all week without swapping it out has been driving me nuts. But I think I've got some good knives. But anyways, go check out that video after this video, of course. Let's get into it. So, like I said, this company reached out and sent me what they, I guess they are known for bike lights, but they also have EDC lights as well. So I'm looking forward to checking this out. And like I said, there is one particular reason. All right, Amazon, good job. A little bit bigger box, I think, next time. So this is a clip-on flashlight, the X20 from, and I practice this, ZEWDOV. I even Googled how to pronounce this. I saw ZEWDOV and I've seen ZEWDOV. So we're going to go with the big Z. 500 LM Ultra pocket clip on flashlight. And like I said, I am very excited about this for one reason, because this knife stands out to me more than the other ones I've received from Lumen. Not that I'm dogging on them by any means, trust me, I'm not. But this one has something that sticks out to me personally. So open it up. We've got a Type-C charger. Thank God it is Type-C. We've got, just go ahead and dump it out. All right, quick start guide. So we'll go through some of those settings and operations together. User manual. Pretty small light, pretty straightforward, very small user manual. So, oh, and it even tells you how to put the clip on the flashlight. Thank goodness. So, looks like it just kind of clips on right here. So we've got the top power button right here. USB Type-C charging port down at the bottom. And looks like the clip just kind of clicks on. Imagine that. So that is why I'm most excited. I'm just going to get into that first. This is a clip-on light. And if you have not seen or watched any one of my other videos, you won't know that I do not have any magnets in my house, or anything that has been sent to me or that has had magnets has been removed, thrown away because of medical devices in the home. We don't risk it whatsoever with any magnets. Everything from smartphones, Apple Watches. It's how I got my wife to come to the Android side. Hell yeah. And everything in between. And Olight has some amazing flashlights. Woobin has some amazing flashlights. All of them, all these companies have great lights, but there are so many magnets in everything. And I can see the utility behind that and why they are used, because I think it's a great idea. My work phone is an iPhone that's got one of the magnet cases that, slaps on, you could slap on anywhere to listen to music, do whatever. I love the concept of it. I love the idea. But unfortunately, at this point in my life, magnets cannot be in the house. It's just not worth the risk. So this particular light from, I'm going to show you guys every time I say this name, ZEWDOV, Big Z. I'm going to call him Big Z from now on. Sorry, guys. Thank you for sending out the light. Maybe you can give me some clarification on how to pronounce the name. I am excited because this is just a normal, regular clip-on light. No magnet, nothing. Just a regular clip-on. Something I would compare this to would be the Olight Ultra. Oh my gosh, what is that light now? I'll put it up right here. But the Olight, clip-on ultra, whatever the name of that one is. It's such a cool looking light, like how it can clip on, but it's got a magnet in the base of it, in the clip of it. And I looked at one at GP Knives, and there's no way to get it out of there without just completely destroying the light. So that's my quick spiel on why I'm super excited about this light in particular, because there's no magnet, but it is still a cool clip-on EDC light. So let's get right into, let's see, one click to turn on. Okay, thank God this is actually charged up a little bit. All right, so we've got the spotlight, and then click it again for the floodlight. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Then another click will turn on both for just extreme brightness. Double click to go to the lowest. Double click again to go to the brightest. And then what else do we have up here? Like I said, you guys are learning about this with me at the same time. So long press to turn on for, come on. There we go. All right. Long press to turn it off. One simple press to turn it on and to rotate through these 3 modes. And then we've got a long press to turn on the, ooh, that is not red. Flashing red and blue. All right. So not to play with this in the car and get pulled over. Definitely take note of that. Click again, then you've got the red light on. Cool. Click again, red light flash. Good. I could see why that would be useful for, if you're biking or out at night. One more click, you've got the SOS. So hopefully if you're ever in an emergency situation, this is your last resort for an SOS, but it is good to have that function, obviously. So click it off again, you're back to the copper lights, and then long press. And it says right there, if I were to jump down to number 3, long press in any mode to turn off. Memory function retains last mode on restart, so that's cool. Unless, actually no, that's kind of cool. So we got the double, we got the spotlight, we got the floodlight, and shut it back off. Back to the floodlight. Cool. Pretty simple. Relatively easy to work, so I love that already. And then let's look at some specifications on this. That just goes through the operations again that we just went through on the quick start guide. Let's see. So 10 modes altogether. 500 lumens total for the brightest. Battery is 600 milliamp hours. 3 to 26 hour use time. So I would imagine if you're on, the floodlight on the lowest setting, that's probably going to run you close to 26 hours, or even the red light. And then I would imagine if you're running both at the brightest, that's going to give you about 3 hours. So charge time, 2 hours. If you're really worried about weight at this point with carrying a plastic flashlight, you're counting too many things, man. 21 grams anti-drop up to 3 meters. Let's see. And then IP65 waterproof rating. So pretty standard. And then shows you what the package includes. And I do like it's got the indicator light for the charging. That is one thing I always look for in my flashlights is charging, green LED flash, full charge, green LED static, battery low, below 20%, green LED flash. So all the charging lights, light notifications are green. So as long as you know which one is which, then you should be good to go. So static green, which means we've got a full charge. So this already came fully charged, which is pretty cool. This thing looks great right out of the box. I mean, it's plastic case around it and a plastic clip so that, you mess with too much or maybe have too much pressure on, could potentially break. Hopefully, if that is the case, hopefully they've got some extra clips you could order from them. And these guys are strictly on Amazon. That is their main retailer. So you can go find this on Amazon. I want to say it was less than $15 when I looked it up. I'll double check that again and put that in the video. But I will also put a link down below that will take you directly to Amazon for this if you want to go check them out. like I said, the biggest takeaway for me on this light is that it is magnet free, but it's also a very compact, very usable, very cool clip-on light. So I'm very excited to have this. This is going to go on my work bag, and it will definitely go hiking with me on the next hike trip as well. But overall, super cool, very compact, very, very light because of the plastic and everything else. This is great. So initial impressions is I think it's going to be awesome. So have to take it easy on that plastic clip, not to pull it out too much. I'm sure that will wear over time, just like with any other type of plastic, but not a huge concern, overall, because especially for the amount you're paying, like I said, I think less than 15 bucks, you can't beat that. And so this is definitely a cool light, especially for 500 lumens. And I like that it's got the flood and the spotlight. So you've got some options there, as well as, the flashing blue and red if you want to, go do something illegal. Not that I'd condone that or recommend that. Not saying that. But then you've got the red light and then the red flashing light and the SOS. So a lot of cool features between those 10 modes. Again, lightweight, for me, magnet free, which is always a plus, and USB Type-C charging port. So that checks a lot of boxes. That checks all the boxes for me, actually, on a on a straightforward light like this. This checks all the boxes. This is great. I'm very excited. Thank you to Big Z for sending this out to me to review. I'm going to get some, real world use out of this and bring you guys another follow-up review here in a week or so to see how it's holding up. This isn't going to be one that I throw in my pocket. I mean, I guess it could be one I throw in my pocket with the clip facing out. Maybe we'll try it like that tomorrow. But overall, this is probably going to go on my work bag just because I love having a forward-facing flashlight on my work bag like that. So this is Big Z's 500 Lumen Ultra clip-on flashlight, the X20. So super excited to test this out and check it out. Very excited that another company's reached out to me. It feels like another milestone in the channel as I'm slowly growing, that more and more companies are reaching out to ask for reviews. And whether they're smaller companies, bigger companies, whatever, it is such a cool feeling when I get that email. Two steps in that process. One, I get that email, and two, I immediately go to that website and contact them through their website to make sure it's a legitimate email and not a scam. So very exciting. Like I said, I'm just always super, super pumped, super hyped whenever a company will reach out and be like, hey, you want to do a review for us. So very excited for that. And in the coming videos, Lumen is sending out another light for me, their 10-year anniversary light, which is the orange G5. That one looks super cool. That one is also one that has a magnet in it that I have struggled to get out, but it is still a super cool light, and I usually just keep that one at work, so that way I'm not risking anything here at home. So overall, long story short, now that we're 13 minutes in, Big Z's X20 flashlight is going to get some good use out of it. We're going to test it out. We're going to get some real world use and experience with this thing and do a follow-up review here in a week or so and let you guys know how it's going. So thank you all for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go check out that other 5-week knife challenge video that I put myself through. It's been a little difficult for someone with, ADHD like myself to carry one knife and not want to swap it out all day, every day. But it's giving me a chance to carry my knives. So go check out this light on the link below in the description, and I will see y'all in the next one.